All right, welcome back again to Maryann on Main Street. Before we start, I want a quick shout out to Andrew Fenn. He's the guy behind the camera who makes us look pretty well. And Juliet Harvey Bollier, she's been helping a lot. She helps run things. So I just wanted to give a shout out. Those guys have been working really hard with PBTV.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're a great group of people. So today we're going to stop in and visit Gowan Realty. We're here with Tara and Richard Gowan and their great dog, Dozer, which many of us love very much. So Tara, maybe you could tell us a little bit about Gowan Realty, how long you've been, Main Street, the whole...
Sure. So we actually came to Main Street in 2009. Sorry, had to look at Richard to clarify the date. So sure. 2009, we were on Main Street. We were actually across the street, and then we have been over here for just about 3 years at 57 Main Street. So, yeah.
It's great to be on Main Street.
Yes, it is. It's a great Main Street. We're very fortunate.
Right.
Yeah.
They have if you've never gone by, I'm sure you have, they have a great big window. And yeah, I'm sure many people knock, like myself, lots of good visitors come in.
Yeah, no, it's pretty neat because we do have a yellow lab here, Dozer, who is very well known on Main Street.
Yes, he is.
And people will stop in just to visit him also.
Yes.
So it's great.
Yes,
yeah.
Never mind about
those.
We're in Dozer.
Yeah.
Dozer. I keep wanting to say Dozer. I don't know why. So Tarek, as a realtor, can you tell us a little bit about the market, what's going on, how you guys are staying safe?
Sure. Yeah, so as far as the market goes, real estate was considered essential. So being considered essential, we're allowed to practice real estate. We've been able to work with buyers and sellers, and the thing is that there are quite a few buyers and sellers out there who still have to find housing or are going to be moving and whatnot. So that's happening there. We're practicing social distancing.
Yeah,
so we're practicing social distancing. And as far as, if we're going into somebody's homes, we're making sure as far as that people have their masks on, they have gloves on, touching as little as possible type thing, but, still being able to show houses. We're also virtual tours, trying to get people to look online ahead of time and really make sure, doing drive-bys to make sure that the property really is what they want to look for and stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
We were talking earlier, and I think most people have been very welcoming. The whole for you, for them, the whole thing.
Very much so.
All right. So Richard, we're here for you. As Tara, thank you very much for being here with us. So you folks do a lot in the community, a lot of supportive things in the community. So I'd love to hear what you guys are doing right now to help support folks.
A few weeks back, probably maybe a little over 3 weeks ago now, we happened to be on Facebook and we saw what Bristol was doing.
Yes.
So this wasn't something that we thought up. We call it R&D, rip off and duplicate. So we are indeed their thing because we saw that the police department was actually taking orders for elderly people and delivering groceries. So we started up a group effort, and we've had, and this is not just us for sure. I don't want to take any of the credit really because it's been a whole group of people. We've got upwards of 30 volunteers that are willing to help with this. And so what we're doing is we have it set up differently for each town. In Plymouth, the police department will take calls and they will take down the list and then they email it to us.
So what kind of calls do they take for what
These
kind of
are calls for groceries mostly, yep. We have done a prescription or two, but we're a little bit leery of that just because we don't ever want to have a complication with that. But if somebody is in need, we will absolutely do what has to be done to get it done. So they call the Plymouth Police Department and they give them their whole grocery list and then we shop for it. Hannaford's has been absolutely excellent working with us. We do the shopping, we get the receipt, we call the people, tell them what it is. They leave a check on their door, we leave the groceries outside the door. We take the check with the receipt back to Hannaford's, pay the bill. Which is great. It saves us a lot of time. At first we thought we were going to have to make like 2 different trips to get it done, but Hannaford's was really good and said, no, just take the groceries and bring the check back.
Wow.
So it's worked out pretty well. Hopefully we're going to get some more people taking advantage of this. To be honest with you, we've been a little disappointed in the amount of involvement, and we would, this is a service that we've got more than enough people to do. you know, right now we're only averaging in Plymouth like 6 to 8 orders a week, and we'd really like to see that grow.
Sure, there's certainly a
We
need.
have it being done in Campton and Thornton. It's also Rumney and Wentworth, and we would service Warren. We did one in Groton last week, and then we have some people doing Holderness and Ashland as well. So yeah, we would love to get more people. So if anybody's watching this and they need some help getting their groceries, they don't feel comfortable going out and being exposed, let us take care of that for you.
Any ideas how we can get the word out a little better? Any thoughts?
Well, this is going to be a big help here.
Sure.
We do have flyers out in different places, and we've contacted, it's the food pantry that's actually doing it in Campton. Pastor Mike is up there, super nice guy, and he's been working hard at it up there. And we've just been trying to put it out, but for some reason, you know, a lot of people just don't, they feel like they're imposing on us, and they're not imposing on us. We want to help. A lot of people want to help.
Sure.
And I actually feel bad because we've got volunteers that haven't even had a chance to do much of anything. So,
And they want to.
yeah.
All right, so if
They
you're
sure do.
listening and need any help or know of somebody who needs help, how can they reach? So the police department is the best way?
Yeah,
avenue
police
to reach?
department, maybe we can give you a flyer that you could
Yeah,
flash on
absolutely.
here as well,
Sure.
which will have the telephone numbers of the other people.
Okay.
In Ashland Holderness, it's Robbie McLeod and his significant other, Teresa, that are doing it. Shame on me for not remembering your last name, Teresa. In Rumney, Lori Coffin is taking orders up there for Rumney and Wentworth, Warren, Groton, whatever. And then Pastor Mike is for Campton and Thornton.
Great,
Yeah.
great. All right.
So, yeah.
Thank
super.
you, Richard.
Oh, thank you.
We are now here with Pam Donnelly, one of the owners, co-owners of Six Burner Bistro. So we're still continuing on with South Main Street, meeting some more of our neighbors. So Pam, little history of Six Burner. How long have you been here? Why the name Six Burner? Where did that come from?
Well, we've been here for 14 years.
Oh, nice.
We bought the building and leased it originally to our chef, who is still with us, Rob Kelly. He's the one that came up with the Six Burner. He and our bartender Bob were co-owners. A couple years went by and they didn't have a liquor license, and we decided to step in and buy the building for $1 or the business for $1 and keep the name. And then
It's a great name.
Then we expanded, added our function room, added more dining space, expanded the bar, got a liquor license, that sort of thing.
Excellent. So with everything going on, how's the business been affected?
Business is, the best it can be for takeout.
Right.
We've chosen to be closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, Sundays and Mondays, just to save some labor dollars.
Sure.
And just do lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then open for dinner Thursday, Friday, Saturday with a limited dinner menu.
Right. So is it always a limited menu, or?
Just during this period of
I
time.
see.
We use so much fresh local stuff from PT Farms
Sure.
and that sort of thing. We just didn't want to sit on a product and have it go bad.
Right,
So
right,
we've
that
chosen to
makes sense.
downsize our dinner menu. Lunch menu is still a full lunch menu.
So how can folks find out what's on the lunch menu?
Everything is on our website, is current.
Okay,
So-
sixburnerbistro.com?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. So that's all current menus. We do run a few specials daily for lunch and for dinner that we post on our Facebook page as well as the website.
Great, great.
So
And how, I know you folks are taking call ahead deliveries?
we're not doing deliveries. We just didn't have the staffing to
Sure.
do that. So we're doing, if someone's not comfortable coming into the lobby to pick up their food, we will deliver it out curbside.
Gotcha.
However, we are finding with one phone line that people are having a hard time getting through.
Yeah, we find that too.
So-
Yeah, we've looked at some online ordering, but it's
Yeah.
a little more complicated.
It is. And
it'd be
hopefully this
nice.
is a short-term thing, so
Right.
hopefully it won't be an issue.
Right, I think we're all, but we suffer with the same thing.
Yep.
We have people curbside and they're looking right at us and calling us, and they can't get through. They're just
Yeah.
getting them busy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Or people are coming into the lobby to order
Yes.
because they can't
Oh.
get through.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Pam. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We are now here with Sue Gell, manager of Ladders. Sue, where are you guys located?
Well, we're actually down by Rite Aid. We're in South Main Street
Okay.
of all the downtown Main Street stores. And we're in the American Legion building that is has been renovated for Ladders. And initially it was a little 2-room store
I
at the front,
remember.
and then they brought me on board about a year into it. The first manager was Michelle, and she did all the kind of grunt work at the very beginning, getting it all set up and all that, and a whole lot of community members did a whole lot of work renovating the building. And a year into it, I showed up, having just retired from teaching, and took on the challenge of taking it to the next step.
So
if you
this
will.
is your retirement
So
plan.
this is it, boy.
Nice.
Yeah, this was my hobby job. And I've been here over 5 years and have no intention of going anywhere. And basically took the 2 rooms and made it into 2 stories. And
So you guys, the whole
place is
building at this
huge now.
point?
Yep. Everything in the building is part of Ladders, with the exception of the meeting room for the American Legion, which is attached next door by the bank.
Okay.
And they still meet regularly. There's several members that are still being very active, working with veterans and doing a lot of counseling with veterans and things like that. And we support that. We maintain the building for them and pay our rent directly to them, and take care of any expenses that they have, so that, because they're not actively fundraising anymore. Their bingo days are gone.
Love bingo.
I know. I used to work bingo when I was a fireman here. And so basically the building is ours and theirs, and it works very well. And,
Yeah, I know you folks, every nook and cranny.
Yes. Yes.
Certainly seen the progression as
Yes,
you, right,
yeah.
next thing you know, next week it's expanded too, and
Yep.
like you
Yep.
said, built
Well,
up.
That's
it's
what
been
a
great.
business has to do. It
Even
has to grow.
outside, the
Yeah.
bikes outside.
Yeah.
Try to utilize
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's nice. Ladders is owned, operated, and its purpose is the Bridge House Homeless Shelter. And
Right.
everything we do for the Bridge House Homeless Shelter, and the veteran programs that they run. And basically that's why we're here. Our purpose is to, we have a few kind of secondary purposes, but our main purpose is to raise funds for the homeless shelter. Our secondary purposes, of course, are to allow people an opportunity to give, which is important. Everybody likes to give. And it's inherent to humans that they need to be able
Sure.
to give. And it lets people drop off things they no longer need. And we have a very active group of people that process those things and clean them and categorize them and price them and sell them. And it's a very nice win-win situation.
Sure.
It lets people not dump things at the dump and the landfills,
Sure.
and one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. We also have a free pile out back, so anything that doesn't quite make the cut in here or has been here too long goes in there. And people can pick and choose through that and take whatever they want, and that's always fun.
Nice. So just so everyone knows, I can't imagine not knowing, but Ladders is a thrift store.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how does
total
that?
donation? No,
Right.
no consignment. Total
Right.
donation. So everything you see in the shop has been donated, and then cleaned up and priced. Right now, we're operating with the COVID challenges right now, so all of our incoming donations have to be quarantined for 3 days before we touch them. So they
Okay.
come in.
Wow.
And they're being dated, and we have the big box truck. You see some vehicles out there that
Sure.
we're using, and everything that comes in today, for instance, is put in a certain spot, and 3 days from now it will be brought in and processed.
Wow.
But not until then, so that we
Right.
can be assured that the virus has broken down on any of the surfaces.
Right.
They're still kind of on the fence as to how many days you have to wait, but
Right.
the maximum seems to be 3, so
Okay.
so that's what we've been doing.
Great.
But that works fairly well. Everything gets donated. We do occasionally get calls about consignment, but we don't do consignment. So
I know in my case, I once called. I had some cages and whatnot, animal-based.
Yep.
And I know I called to
Yeah.
see if you accepted that, and I was told that yes, you do.
Yeah.
And in case it doesn't sell in a certain amount of time, then donate it to an animal shelter.
That's right, yeah.
So
that's one of our secondary things we do. We also are a donation drop-off point for the Humane Society in Meredith, Laconia. And any linens that we can't use, like towels that may be stained or torn, we then pile them up and we send them down to them, and they use them for bedding. People also drop off pet food and things like that. That first we call the homeless shelter if they currently have any pets with veterans, because veterans can have their pets there.
Sure.
Then we send it there. If not, then it goes over to the Humane Society. So it works very well. One of our other secondary purposes here is also training, if needed, anybody that's a resident at the Bridge House, if they need assistance with interview training or job skills,
wow,
they can
very
come over
nice.
here or flipping furniture. Right
Right,
now we
flipping
have
furniture.
several people that are placed over at our sister store flipping furniture, working on refinishing furniture and developing job skills in that area.
Great.
So that works very, very well. But basically, we try to do those tasks in addition to just raising funds for Bridge House. We're also very active with the court system, and when they have people who have done a naughty and owe the community a little bit of time, they oftentimes serve that time in here, as long as that court-ordered volunteer time hasn't anything to do with theft or unauthorized taking. Then we'll let them work here, and obviously nothing violent or anything of that nature would ever let you just do that. But that's been a nice program, and I like that partnership. We also partner with the college. We have several students who volunteer here through their classes to earn community service, and also we employ work-study students, as does Flippin' Furniture. So those kind of extra outreach programs
Sure.
in this community are great.
Now, what
Yes.
about the masks that you're working with
Well, the
right
masks
now?
are a
with other
temporary thing, we hope,
volunteers?
and it's
Yes.
just an at-need thing. The COVID kind of caught all of us totally by surprise, and of course we're all pedaling furiously to try to figure out how best to help Bridge House and sort of keep the lights on. And one of the things we're doing that has nothing to do with making money is just acting as a distribution point for masks. And there's several wonderful ways people can get face masks in Plymouth. We have there's that big website, the Pemmy Valley
Oh, sure.
Sew the Curve
Sew the
Flat,
Curve,
and
right, right.
they're pumping them out by the thousands. And we are doing it with about 4 of the women in town: Sarah Bunkley, Carolyn Lawson, Amanda Conaway, and a couple others are sewing for us and just dropping them off here, because people
Great.
know Ladders, so they call. If they need something, they call
Gotcha.
Ladders. So we figured it's a nice spot to have some of the masks hanging here too.
Great.
So although we're not working with that website, both are
Yeah,
doing the
sure.
exact same thing.
Nice.
So, you can never have too many people
Yeah.
making masks.
I can tell you the community's
so
been
that works
great
great.
with that. We've
Yeah.
gotten some for our shop.
Yeah, I know Steve Rand is involved in
Yeah,
that. Alex Ray
absolutely.
is involved in it, and Lisa, and they just, everybody kind of jumped in and saw the need, and they're
Sure.
all helping out, which is great.
So, you're sort of open but not open. You're
Yeah.
open for donations,
Right.
but
Yeah, we hate to cut off donations. We've never done it since we've been here,
Okay.
so we're trying to keep that flow going, and so donations are welcome. We have closed our sister store Flippin', so they are asking that donations wait for over there,
Okay.
but they can be brought over here. so
furniture and whatnot for
any
flipping.
non-furniture item can come here.
Okay.
If somebody is really desperately in need of having a place to put furniture, they can give us a call and we will arrange to have a pickup done. So that can be happening through here. So if people are looking to donate to Flippin', they call here and I'll give them directions on what they need to do.
Great.
But that store is not currently open at all.
Right. Soon
And what
enough.
we're doing here is trying to do an online presence, like many of the community shops are doing in
Right.
town, dressers and off the hanger and sunflowers, and they've all
Right.
really got nice online presence going on. So we've done that as well. We're going through the Facebook Marketplace. I have
Oh,
a customer that's actually doing all the listing for me,
nice.
and she's doing a wonderful job. And I just take a picture, name a price, and she takes care of all the paperwork and gets it on. And so we've been generating some income through that, and that's been nice. We're also offering all of our gift cards for 10% off for future.
Nice.
And we also instituted a new program, which I love, that we're calling Ladders of Love. That is a $25 gift card that then gets hung behind the register, and when people come in and they're in need, whether they've had a house fire or Voices Against Violence, people can come in now, and we actually have an outlet now that we can use so that they can grab a gift card and go shop, and it's totally theirs. And
Awesome.
so we've had quite a few people call in $25
Great.
donations for that. I think we have about 11 or 12 of them hanging
Wow,
now.
phenomenal.
So that's nice, and that'll be a nice outlet for the town too. There's the community closet thrift shop across the street does vouchers, I believe, for Voices, but we can't do that because our cause is the Bridge House, and you
Right.
can't mess with
Sure.
different causes
Right.
and keep your tax status.
Right,
So we have to be
right.
very careful on that.
Sure.
So this allows people to shop here as well, and us to do it in a way that is helpful and at the same time, fiscally legal. So it's good.
Great. Well, thank you for all
yeah,
your hard work,
So that's
Sue.
nice.
All right.
It's not hard. It's fun.
We like that. We like
Yeah.
that.
I miss the customers though, and I definitely
Yeah, I
miss
think we all,
the
the
volunteers and
interaction
the
and-
employees and
yeah.
stuff.
I guess. Cool.
But yeah, this is the giraffe store. Everybody
Nice.
knows it as the giraffe store, and we have about 500 giraffes throughout the store,
Yeah.
and one that sits out front and welcomes everybody. We're offering dog water and dog treats to everybody walking by. A lot of shops do the dog water, including
Great.
yours on Main Street, so that's nice. So we're trying to continue that since we're sort of open and we can keep up with it.
Right. Right. Great.
But so that's the status. So if anybody
Nice.
needs face masks and they're not able to find another spot to get them, they're welcome to come here or call here, and we'll get you covered.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sue.
Yeah.
All right. That is a wrap. Thank you for joining us again. And geez, any ideas where you'd else like to see? We'll be roaming around hopefully next week. All right. Good day.